have been, just to give you a bit of a like some context around the program, and then I'll go and introduce myself and the rest of the VCA team, and then we can go into introductions with all of you. So the VCA residency started almost 2 years ago, and we have been running this program, doing this is the sixth cohort, onboarding and kind of like welcoming artists since pretty much June of 2021. So really the goal of the program is to provide a space for education, for workshops, for knowledge sharing, for community building between artists, thought leaders, curators, collectors from the Web3 art and culture ecosystem and community. The program runs over 12 weeks, as you know. I think Boria has already shared with you the schedule of classes and workshops. And yeah, it's a very full and comprehensive and interesting program. We cover a lot of different topics, as you might have seen already, from history of crypto art to context setting of kind of like curation, gallery, museums, and then we also do a lot of like more practical workshops on AR and VR, creative coding, Blender, websites, and so on. So it's a very interesting. And obviously, from the feedback that we've heard from artists in the past, it's always been very positive. So yeah, we're very excited to have you here. I haven't introduced myself yet, but I'm Nicole, and with Phil, we co-founded VerticalCrypto Art back 3 years ago. And we kind of started this project very much organically, finding out about the crypto art ecosystem and wanting to learn more and to know more, and very focused on artists, on curation, on education, and so far we've been doing a lot of things, but mainly the goal of Vertical Crypto Art has always been around kind of like curation with everything. So we do a lot of exhibitions. We work with a lot of different artists, from digital artists to generative artists to all sorts of kind of like backgrounds and ecosystems. And yeah, so with this, I think I'll start by maybe just going through the VCA team, so you can meet who is behind like VCA and who you'll be kind of like chatting to in the next 12 weeks. And then I would love to know more about you and do a brief round of intros of everybody, so you can all meet each other as well. I'll start with Phil.
Hey everyone, really nice to meet you and excited for this sixth cohort to start. I'm Phil, co-founder of VCA. As Nicole said, we started VCA quite a long time ago, and I'm in charge of everything that is operational and technical behind VCA, that is either like from blockchain components or, physical events. This is all what I look after. I'm kind of more behind the scene, but I'll be assisting you in all your like tech-related questions, security questions, and blockchain, questions that you want to like understand and everything you want to know more. Please feel free to hit me up along your journey anytime. I'm always available to do like one-to-one or just to answer things in the chat about anything that can come up. Also like something that maybe interesting that is happening around in the space, and you want to get a better understanding on the tech side, feel free to just reach out and we can discuss it all together. Yeah, so good luck with these next few months ahead.
Cool. And you've all met Boria, but Boria, do you want to reintroduce yourself for everyone?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. It's so nice to speak with you again. I've spoken to all of you separately during the interviews, It's very exciting to welcome you to the sixth cohort of the VCA Residency. As I mentioned in the interviews, this is a very exciting time for all of us, and we can't wait to see what you're going to create. If you should ever have any issues or troubles, don't hesitate to ping us. DM me, email me. I'm here for you to answer any questions or help with any issues that might arise. And enjoy yourselves and have fun with this program. It's a jam-packed program of a lot of different topics that are ideally created to cover a lot of different aspects of the sphere of the crypto art world, along with the traditional art world, and spanning on to the crypto ecosystems. If you should ever need any help with anything, just let us know. We're here for you.
Oh, thank you. And Evie, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yep. Hello, everyone. My name is Evie. I live in London. I'm in charge of all the social channels, so on Twitter and Instagram, and I also send newsletters and create promo videos. So if you have anything that you think is good to share, just let me know. Just drop me a message. Welcome. That's all.
Thanks all. Yeah, so this is kind of like the core team. We have a few other team members that are working, in the tech side of things. But I think the people who you'll be interacting with the most throughout the residency are Boria for now, me, myself, and Evie and Phil at times. As he mentioned, he kind of like handles all of the tech side of things. So if you ever have any questions or any doubts or anything around that, please do, please do ping him and DM him. Before we go into introductions, I do want to kind of like talk a little bit about the residency program as a whole. So I think you have been already shared with Boria has already shared the program of the next 12 weeks. So as you know, the first 8 weeks are going to be focused mainly on education. So we have around 2 to 3 classes per week that are all happening here on this Discord channel where you are right now, which are led by different mentors and different people from the ecosystem. The classes are all recorded, but we do heavily recommend for you guys to attend the classes in person. It gives an opportunity, first of all, to obviously connect with your fellow residents, but also to ask, a lot of questions to the mentors and to get to meet the mentors as well, which I think is probably one of the most valuable things about the residency as a whole, is also kind of meeting the people that are leading the classes or the workshops, and also getting to know each other as well. So we definitely encourage as much as possible participation in the classes. Obviously, we know that there's life. Everybody has a life. So if you can't make it, or there's an issue or so, just please let us know, and then you can catch up with the residency classes as soon as they are done. We always record them and then upload them onto our YouTube channel, where we have a dedicated playlist for the 6th cohort. Other than kind of classes and workshops, we also have a couple of kind of community gatherings and events that we do. The first one is a Twitter space. So every Tuesday at 6 p.m. UTC, a open mic Twitter space. This is usually co-hosted by Boria and Gob, who is another collaborator of ours, who we run a few Twitter spaces with, and it's a great way to kind of hang around. There's obviously, it's not limited to the VCA residency artists. There's also alumni that participate in the open mic, and also other folks from the Twitter sphere. But it's always a good way to first of all, practice a lot of the Twitter spaces, kind of how can I say, practice how to speak on Twitter Space, which I think is a good skill to have. And then it's also like a nice way to hang around with fellow alumni, residents, and other people from the community and people from the VCA wider ecosystem as well. The first one is actually today. And yeah, we would love for all of you to join if you can. It's going to be at 6 p.m. UTC, which is 2 p.m. Eastern Time. So it's about 3 hours from now, a little less than 3 hours from now. And yeah, if you can make it, would love for all of you to join us. Another kind of like community gathering that we do, and this is dedicated just for the residency artists, so you guys, is a residency lounge, which we host every Friday after the AMAs, so the Ask Me Anythings that we have with guests. And this is a very informal kind of like chat where that is hosted here on Discord on the same channel that you are now. There's not really an agenda for this. It's really just kind of like a loose conversation to talk between each other, to talk with myself when I can join, Boria, etc. And just know how your week is going. If anybody has anything that they want to share, they want to talk about, I don't know, like whatever. It's a really like open format, and usually we're kind of like used to you guys or artists kind of leading this conversation, whether you want to talk about, I don't know, work that you're doing or an exhibition that you have coming up or something that is bothering you. Anything is kind of like a safe space to chat and share, basically. And then the last part, which is more of like a, let's say, workshop bar community, is an AMA. So every Friday we do an Ask Me Anything. This Friday, because it's the first week, we don't have any guests, but basically how we usually structure these is we ask you guys who you would like to have as a guest for the Ask Me Anythings sessions that we have every Friday. And then myself and the rest of the VCA team will do their very, very best to get as many of these names and people that you would like to speak to as possible. We do have some kind of like guests that we like to bring in as well. But first and foremost, we want to know from you who are the people, that if you had a chance to speak to, you would like to hear from, whether it's an artist or a curator or a collector that you're really interested in having like an Ask Me Anything session with. So after this chat, I would love if you could share on the Discord here in the chat all of the names of people that you would like to hear from, and so then we can gather those names and just kind of like start organizing the AMAs. You can also start writing them down here. So if you want to write them down here on the chat, I just pinged the chat that we're using. I know a few of you have already written, and if you want to start adding some names that you would like to speak to, etc., just feel free to do so. The residency as a whole lasts 12 weeks. The last kind of like 2 to 3 weeks are dedicated to the kind of creation phase. So basically it's where we ask all of you to create a work, which is then going to be part of the final exhibition and auction that we do every residency, every end of the residency, which we host online and in a dedicated exhibition space, which is created by you guys and by some of our excellent alumni and metaverse builders. And this is usually a really nice way to kind of like celebrate the end of the auction, the end of the residency, with a really beautiful exhibition and a way to just kind of like celebrate the past 12 weeks that we've spent together. I know that Boria has been talking about this as well. We will be talking more about the auction and the exhibition in the next couple of weeks or so. So don't worry too much about it. I think the most important part of now and of today and also of the start of the residency is just to get to know each other, get to know us, be as present and as active as possible on the workshops, the Twitter spaces, and really also like support each other. We will be doing quite a lot of like posts from the VCA residency account on introducing all of you. So spotlighting all of you and your work and what you do, both on Twitter and on Instagram. And so, yeah, just make sure that you're just kind of like supporting each other and retweeting and sharing and being as participant as possible in, you know, the classes, the workshops, and everything that we're organizing as part of the residency. I think the more you are a participant, the more you can get out of the residency, and I guess that's why you're all here. So yeah, I always recommend to really kind of like embrace it and be a part of it as much as possible. We just finished a really wonderful cohort, the last cohort. It was I mean, for me, every cohort is the best, but I have to say that definitely like this fifth cohort was absolutely amazing, and we really enjoyed seeing everybody being so active, so participant, so only also like really kind of like close to each other, and I think that's really valuable. And you know, you also get to meet a lot of people and build a lot of friendships, and yeah. So we also have a Twitter chat, which Borja just created today. If you're not on it yet, just let Borja know and she will add you, but I think you should all be on it. This is just to kind of like, I know, you know, most people are on Twitter, so it's just to kind of like, yeah, have another channel of communication basically between all of us. But definitely the majority of everything that happens is here on Discord. Yeah, the one last thing I want to talk about is around the mentorships. So as you know, we have, other than kind of like the workshops and the classes that we run, we also have this one-on-one mentorship opportunities that we offer. Basically, how this works is for you to choose and select one mentor that you would like to talk to, and to kind of like be your, let's say, selected mentor for the residency program. And with this mentor, you can have 2 to 3 like one-to-ones. We usually recommend to have one at the start of the residency, at the start of the cohort, towards midway through the cohort. So I would say approximately like 6 weeks time, and then towards the end, like 11 or 12 week. Obviously, you don't have to follow exactly this. It's up to you. But it's good to kind of like have some consistency with like the conversation that you're having, and also like the progress that you're making throughout the residency. So Borja has already shared the mentorship, the mentor one-on-one booking system, which actually includes all of the mentors that are available, their skills, their knowledge, what they're more kind of like aligned or inclined to know more about. It also includes their Twitter profile, so you can check them out if you don't know who they are, and then you can kind of like make your choices as well as to who you would like to be, who you would like to select as your, let's say, like mentor for the residency. You can also, and of course we very much welcome it, book one-on-one mentorships with other mentors from that list. So it doesn't have to be just that one. It's just the one that you choose to have those free kind of like catch-ups will be one person, and then you can also have other chats with other mentors as you wish and please. We do definitely recommend to do that as much as possible, to really use these mentors and to make sure that you are just kind of like booking these one-on-ones with them as early and as you see fit. We definitely have like heard feedback that the one-on-one mentorships are some of the most valuable kind of like areas of the residency, also because you get to connect on a one-on-one basis. You can ask specific questions about your practice or about anything that you would like to know more of or share more of. So definitely recommend doing that. If you haven't seen, the mentor list is in the same sheet that the class schedule is. Maybe Borja, if you want to pin the calendar and the mentor sheet again to the residency 6 cohort chat, so we have it there and all of us can see what I'm talking about. And yeah, I think I know you might have some questions, and definitely super welcome to hear all of your questions. But I would love to actually get to know all of you, and also for you guys to introduce each other. And yeah, so maybe I will just go through kind of like alphabetical order. So it's the order that Discord has already provided for us. And if you can't speak, you can't unmute. No worries, it's absolutely fine. Maybe just write a note or a text, and then just to introduce yourself, and I or Boria can read it out. Yeah. So first, the first person is Alvisho. I don't know if you can hear us. Let's see.
We're talking about Amanda Hoham. Hi.
Hi, sorry. My name is Amanda Homem. I'm Brazilian, live in Brazilian Midwest, and I'm 29 years old. I'm sorry for my English. It's not so good, but I'm trying. I work with painting, animation, collages, and more recently with music too. In my free time, I like to practice my circus class and whatever. I'm super excited to participate in this program and hope to meet you all of you. Thank you.
Awesome. And if you also want to, when you kind of like introduce yourself, if you also want to share your Twitter so that we can make sure that like everybody is following each other, I think that would be awesome as well.
Okay, I will sending by this chat. Okay?
Yeah, amazing. Lovely to meet you. Your English is perfect. Yeah, like whenever we have people that say that the English is not perfect, it's actually perfect. So so yeah, don't worry about it at all. Cool. Aether NFT, and let me know if there's a preferred name also that you would like to be called. Okay, I don't know if are you there?
We see that you are unmuted, but we can't hear you.
Shall we maybe might need to yeah. No, I'm using the browser and it works fine. It's maybe something with your audio like audio setup or settings that you might need to change. Yeah, as well, like when you post Twitter, if you want to just post the Twitter link directly so that it's super easy for people to just click on it and follow you rather than the handle. Okay, cool. Whilst Aether NFT fixes their audio, we can go to Afroscope. Are you there?
Hi, can you hear me? Hello.
Yes.
We can hear you.
Hi, so this is Afroscope. An artist, designer, social entrepreneur from Tema, which is in Ghana, where I'm from and where I'm based. And a lot of what I do is very experimental, very speculative, and I like to dabble in all forms of art. So everything from digital to traditional arts, AR, VR, AI, all the letters, NFTs, So yeah, I've seen quite a bit about vertical crypto art. I have some friends who have participated and benefited from being a part of the residency, and they encouraged me to try it out. And I'm happy to be a part of the community and to learn from all the artists here, all the coordinators and the mentors as well. I'm looking forward to the next 12 weeks, and I will share my social media handles in the chat. So yeah, thanks for the opportunity to be a part of this.
Thank you, Nana. Great to meet you. Super. Altgnon. If I'm saying your name wrong, please.
Hi. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Oh, that's great. Sorry, new mic. Hi, I'm Altnun. You can call me Alt if you like. I use a lot of handwriting, calligraphy, and digital layering techniques in my work. My background is in graphic design and lettering. I ran a design agency for some years and then moved into street art. And I used text in my physical work for some years, which also went into design gallery shows, I'm pleased to say. And for the last 8 months, I've been in the Web3 space because I kind of seem to have lost my faith in the word a little bit. And I've moved into more asemic writing. And I thought Web3 just feels like a perfect space for unreadable writing. And I'm very pleased to find myself here with you today. I'm really excited. I've got lots of plans and even more to learn.
Awesome. Thank you. That's very interesting. I look forward to learning more. Andrea.
Hi everyone, my name is Andrea. Just posted my tweet from my profile. I'm fully doxed. I've been in the space for about 2 years now. Starting June 2022, so 10 months ago, I've quit my previous job to go on and be an NFT professional full time. Over the last 8 months, I've been working with kids between 4 to 6 ages, teaching them arts and creativity, holding workshops. So I frequently post cute photos with kids from my classes. And in my work, I constantly seek notions of play and intersections of technology and human, which is why I've been working with foils for the last 4 years. Basically, I've produced a methodology where photographing crumbled pieces of aluminum foils become my source code. And although my formal education, electrical engineering, and I have coding skills, I use zero code to show that art and meaning come from anything. I'm looking forward to exploring new areas with everyone.
Amazing. Where are you joining us from, Andrea?
And I'm from Istanbul, based in Istanbul, from Istanbul, and living in Istanbul now.
Nice. Oh, very interesting and wonderful what you're doing with the kids. Looking forward to meeting you more. And Anton.
Hello, do you hear me? My name is Anton. I'm from Kazakhstan. Now I'm based in Batumi, Georgia. I'm really excited to meet all of you. This is really joyful for me. I started doing NFT 2 years ago, and it's been a really amazing journey for me. And I'm interested in abstract art, and I'm creating it with graphic programs, AIs, and I started learning coding and shaders last year, so now I'm more about doing generative art, and I'm really excited about doing real-time live animations. And yeah, I'm super pleased to be here and to just to know everyone. If you want to chat, just yeah, I'm here for you. So I will share my Twitter right now. Yeah, it's really cool. Thank you.
Cool, amazing. Thanks so much. Carolina?
Hello. Can everybody hear me? Can you hear me?
So we can hear you.
Okay, great. Okay, great. Hi, I'm Carolina. I am in the San Francisco Bay Area, specifically in Sausalito, if you might have heard of that. If you cross the Golden Gate Bridge, you'll arrive in Sausalito from the city. I am recently stopped working at ArtBlocks. I was the design director at ArtBlocks for a year and a half. I rebranded ArtBlocks and ArtBlocks Engine. And then now I'm kind of embarking on a career as an independent artist. And really happy to be here. My background is in graphic design, as you might have imagined, since I did the rebranding on those companies, and I have had kind of a long career in design, and wrote a book on typography, which is called Explorations in Typography, and was a teacher at Academy of Art for many, many years. And lately I've been using Midjourney and making a lot of AI art, and it's just been, I just started doing it because it was fun, and I just wanted to explore it and figure out what it was and how it worked, and subsequently ended up making lots and lots and lots of images. So it's just been amazing, little journey that I'm on here, and I'm just so happy and honored to be in this group, and just feel really lucky to be able to learn more and kind of kick off my next chapter, hopefully, as a independent artist. And yeah, I'll put my Insta and my Twitter into the chat. I think that's about it.
Cool. Well, congrats, Carolina. That's a huge step. So that's amazing.
Thank you.
Congrats on the rebranding of ArtBlocks. Yeah, we're good friends with ArtBlocks, so we like ArtBlocks.
Yeah, of course. Yes, of course. Yeah, we all are. Thank you.
Dana?
Hey, hello. Well, I'm speaking from Argentina. I'm living in a city called Córdoba, where I moved recently, and I came here to live like in nature, away from the city. So I am very experimenting with that, and I think it's a great combination with Web3. So I'm very happy to meet you all, and I think it's a great opportunity to work with people from all the world. So I'm very thankful for this and very excited. And well, I wish I could. Well, I work with abstract painting and digital painting and drawing. That's my main field. I'm looking forward to be able to work with more tools with my paintings. So I think that's all. Thank you.
Amazing, Dana. Nice to meet you. Dave.
Hello, can you guys hear me? Hi, I'm Dave Grieber. I am an artist based in Baltimore in the United States right now. I'm speaking to you from New Orleans, where I actually have lived for 17 years and recently just relocated to the East Coast. My background is as a visual artist. I mostly make like video installations, and then sort of more experiential projects that use technology, from like LARPs and augmented reality projects. And I've been in the NFT space for a few years. I got to start doing the Get Nook back in the day, in like 2021. Yeah, I'm really excited to be here. I have been following VCA since it started, I think. And I've always been really impressed with the quality of projects and residents. And I've been involved with a lot of like residencies in my life as a resident, and also working at a bunch of studio residencies. So I'm really curious to see how this is organized here from that perspective too. So yeah, really excited to be here, and look forward to meeting you all more. Thanks.
Wonderful.
Great to meet you.
Thank you. It's very nice to meet you. Emily?
Hi, everyone. I am calling in from New York. I actually hail from New York. And I've been playing around with algorithms and art for some time. It's a space I love to play in. I love how logic becomes art, and just adore experimenting with it. And I'm so excited that now that this whole world exists, there are people from Ghana and Istanbul and Argentina. I'm thrilled to be meeting this global community of people interested in this new medium. And so thank you. Excited to meet you all.
We're excited to have you as well. Espinosa? We see you're unmuted, but we can't hear you.
Hello, can you all hear me now?
Yes, perfect. Thanks.
Sorry if I cut someone off by saying that. Okay, hello. My name is Matias, but I go by Espinosa. I am Ecuadorian. I'm from Ecuador, but I'm currently based in Austin, Texas, in the United States, and soon moving to Brazil, to northeastern Brazil, with my partner and our daughter. I've been making art since I was a kid. My first love was music, but then, and that's what I pursued for many years. I'm a bass player. I also write songs. But then, working here in the US, I was working at a tech company, and they put a lot of emphasis in personal development, and I got interested in graphic design and specifically motion graphics, and that's through the motion graphics communities that I found out about NFTs, about crypto art. And 2 years ago, I got involved and sort of started presenting myself as an artist, not a designer or an aspiring designer. And I've been working with a bunch of different mediums, mainly analog video glitch art currently, but I enjoy working with After Effects and Blender. I'm interested in generative art, both analog and digital. And I am really super excited to participate here with you all and connect with you all and learn from you all.
Lovely. Thank you so much for being with us.
Sorry, just to say one thing. I spent a lot of time in Ecuador, actually. Whereabouts in Ecuador are you?
I am from Quito. I grew up in, I was born in Quito, but I grew up in the surrounding valleys in La Merced, Tumbaco.
Nice. Yeah. I've spent almost 6 months there And then like my sister used to live there for like 3 years, so I used to go back and forth a lot. So I basically traveled all of Ecuador, but I spent a lot of time in Quito. It's a wonderful country. I have a lot of fun memories there. I want to go back. I haven't been in so long, so I don't know how it is now. I was there when it was like I think it was 2012, so a long time ago.
That's right about when I left to come live in the US. But I have been back and it has changed, but it's still a very beautiful country worth visiting for everyone. I'm glad that you liked it there.
Yeah. Well, welcome. Nice to meet you.
And we can proceed with Evie, who is Evelyn.
Evelyn, yes. Hello, do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, hi. Yes, I'm from Stockholm, Sweden, and I work in trad art with curating, and I have painted on and off since I was 12 or something. And 2012, I bought bitcoins, and then I forgot about it. And then 2021, a scammer calls me and say they will take away my wallet if I don't give him the password, and he's learned my wallet so he can activate it again, so it won't be taken away. And I said, no, I don't have any. But then I came home and I started to think, and I realized, well, yeah, maybe I have that. And then I started to search my computer and stuff for address and stuff, and then I found it, and then I needed to learn about it, I thought. And then I saw a lot of great art. And then I realized it was much more interesting to talk and meet all the artists. And then and then one artist said to me, you should mint yourself. And then I did that last year. And yeah, maybe that's the story of how I found NFTs.
Wow, very cool. I didn't know this, Evelyn, actually.
No. Yeah, it was very how do you say it, suspicious, because 2012 I tried to buy drugs, but I failed because it was so hard to do all this with the wallets, because I bought it on a strange site and I didn't know where it ended up, the bitcoins, and then I just forgot about it. So but I think that's also why this is so good, to get a deeper knowledge about Web3 and crypto and how you can use it with art and stuff like that. So I think this program is really good for me, at least.
Amazing. Lovely to see you here, Evelyn, as well.
Amazing. Next we have Filippo.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, good. Hi, my name's Filippo, or Filippo, or Phil. I'm originally Italian, but I grew up in South Africa, and I live in Spain at the moment. I live near near Girona, and I've been here for about 3 years, almost 4 years in Spain. So I studied fine art in South Africa. I'm a painter, and I'm a traditional painter. I work with oil paint on wood usually, but I've started working with digital art. I've started drawing digitally as well, and since I started with NFTs, I started about 2021, I think. I got into NFTs and learned so much, and started learned about AI as well, and I've started working with that a bit as well. Kind of
trying to train the AI with my paintings, and then drawing over the outputs of the AI. And I'm really happy that I'm here. I'm excited about this course, and I've heard a lot of good things about it. Some of my friends have done the VCA as well, so I'm looking forward to learning more about how I can mix my art, my painting in Web3. I'm also a musician and I write songs as well, so I'm trying to find a way to mix everything into one thing, and I think NFTs and Web3 are a great way to do that. So I'm looking forward to learning more about how I can do that, and of course to meet all of you guys and learn from you. So that's all. Yeah.
Wonderful. And the next person we have is Ivan.
Hi. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Are you listening to me? Hey, awesome. My name is Ivan Casis. I'm originally from Panama. I've been living in Argentina for the past 7 years. My background is in architecture. I spent like the first 20 years of my professional life working as an architect and also teaching at college in my country, back in Panama. During the pandemic, I've been doing art actually my entire life, but as you might know, architecture takes a lot of time from you. So art was like a secondary job for me. But during the pandemic, I started to dedicate a lot more of my time, for obvious reasons, to art, and that's more or less where I started to know a little bit about NFTs. I was lucky enough to get an invitation from a fellow Panamanian artist called Itzel Yart. Itzel, maybe some of you might know her. She gave me an invitation to Foundation early 2021 because she said that she liked my work. So that's how I basically started early 2021 to mint my work. As maybe when you see my work, you definitely gonna see the influence of my background in architecture there. Most of my work is drawn on isometric views. Is everything is hand drawn, digitally hand drawn on my iPad, and animated also on frame by frame on Procreate. And that's it. But to be honest, I've been like navigating the NFT space for all this time on my own, like learning everything from YouTube tutorials. I actually created my MetaMask wallet from a tutorial. I learned everything on my own. So having a chance to share and communicate with some people like you, it's something that I'm very grateful for. So looking forward to this residency. Thank you so much.
Wonderful.
Lovely to meet you. We also have Itzel in a couple of the residency cohorts actually doing an AMA with the residents, and yeah, it's always wonderful to hear her story and her practice.
Thank you. It's gonna be awesome.
And next we have Numenal.
Hello, can everyone hear me?
Hello.
Oh, great, wonderful. I was so worried about the dreaded no sound. Hi, everyone. My name is Rebecca, but I go by Numenal in the space. I've also been in the NFT scene since 2021. I've been an artist for my whole life. I started off in art school as going in as a painter and ended up studying conceptual art. That took me out of art school into the academy where I studied philosophy, studied specifically philosophy of logic for most of my time, and then decided to go back to my artistic roots, studied philosophy of art at the end, taught for a while, and during that time, got back to painting. I focus on abstract work. My traditional stuff is oil, heavily textured gesso and oil paint on wood panels. But in 2021, I was finding it really hard to get to my studio with my full-time teaching position. So I started messing around on iPad and minting on Tezos and getting into the amazing community on Tezos. That's how I know a lot of you. It's really great to hear your voices. And my process now involves both digital and analog processes. So I start with some kind of source material that might be a photograph of a physical painting or AI output or some sort of digital drawing that I digitally manipulate, mostly in Illustrator, to create vector files. And then I use vintage pen plotters to draw those files for me, oftentimes bring them back into the digital space to then alter with digital painting software. So I'm very heavily process-based artist. I love pushing processes, finding ways to just create new things. I get really obsessed with doing the same thing over and over again and seeing what happens. I'm so excited to be here. I'm really interested in learning more about generative processes. I have a history of logic in my background, and I would really love to. I have some ideas that I'm interested in pushing. So we'll see if this residency takes me in that direction. But I'm just really excited to be here with you guys and to learn with all of you. So, yay!
We're also super excited to see what you're going to create and to see, well, and I'm sure that you're going to find a lot of useful data and information about your areas of interest. And I'm going to call Paren next.
Hi everyone, I'm so happy to be here. My name is Pareen. I'm Iranian and I'm based in New York. I've lived in 5 countries so far. I've worked in graphic design, robotics, and art in the past 30 something years. In the past 15 years, I was a graphic designer and art director before I joined the NFT space. I worked with a lot of brands like Mercedes, Philips, all these big brands in the Netherlands, in Italy, and in England. And then 2.5 years ago, I heard about NFTs. And it literally changed my life because my dream was always to be a full-time artist. And thanks to the NFT space, finally my dream came true. As many of you also mentioned, I learned a lot of things on my own, how MetaMask works, how Twitter works, a lot of new things. And I worked with so many great artists, musicians, again, thanks to the NFT space, that if you think about it in real life, it's almost impossible to, work with all these big names. But NFTs made it really easy. And also, I was honored to work with Time Magazine in all their NFT drops the past 2.5 years. But what I'm very excited about is to be here and to learn more because I feel like in this space we can learn every second. I'm very excited that I was chosen to be among all of you. Can't wait to learn, and I'm so happy to hear Nicole because I know you in person, so it's so exciting to be here again and to hear your beautiful voice. And can't wait for the whole series of these lessons to start.
Yay, Paren, I'm so happy you're here.
Wonderful. Don't forget to drop your socials in the chat. And I'm going to call Pavel next.
Hi, my name is Pavel. I'm from Poland, but recently, like 3 months ago, I moved with my wife and we're living in Georgia now. So I've worked at the university for about a decade, and then I decided to quit and become a full-time artist. I'm a generative artist. In fact, in 2018, I did my PhD dissertation with a series of artworks, generative 3D prints. But now I'm exploring more virtual art based on light photography. Because we're living light, so just laptop and that's it, no more workshop. And I'm super happy to be here with fellow artists, and it's amazing to hear all your stories, and I hope we'll do it more often. Thanks.
Lovely. And drop your socials in the chat. And I'm going to call Ponyo next. Hey Ponyo, can you hear us? Try to log out and back in again. Meanwhile, let's go on Rini Fish while we're waiting for Ponyo to come back. Oh, let's see if Ponyo is going to be able to speak now. So we're having a little technical pause. Sarah Grayson, if you wish, you can go ahead and introduce yourself while we're waiting for the others to get all set. Sarah is one of the people behind Sungrazers.
Good morning, and just to mess with your head, you get Jerry this morning instead of Sarah, but we'll try and fix the PFP because we are a three-person team, and we're based in Melbourne, Australia, and we call ourselves Sungrazers. So we'll fix the name and the PFP. It's 1:30 in the morning, or 2 o'clock now in the morning here. So excuse us if we sometimes sound a bit dozy, and we will alternate so that we manage to get some sleep occasionally during this residency. For which many thanks for inviting us. I spent my life as a helicopter pilot for 50 years doing that, so you can understand just how old I am, on movies after the end of my military career. First movie was a James Bond movie, so that was a baptism by fire. Sarah started her career working with Terry O'Neill, who's was until his demise last year a very famous portrait photographer in the UK. She became my producer about 30 years ago, and shortly after that became my wife. So we have worked together ever since. And the third part of the team is Toby Dundas, who is the drummer with the band The Temper Trap. You would probably know Sweet Disposition was their most famous song. And our technique is mainly capturing from the air. As I say, helicopters for many years, now drones, because I'm getting a bit old for helicopters, and always working with natural light. So NFTs have given us the freedom to be more creative with digital manipulation and working to our own brief rather than to the brief of others. Our first major collection was about the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina down there in New Orleans. So Dave, you might enjoy those. One of those pieces was collected by Miss Anne Harriman into the Tezos Foundation, so we were very honoured there. We mainly work on Tezos at the moment, but we are also cross-chain and Hedera with the coin H-bar is one of our favourites. And apart from our internal collaboration, we've also begun collaborating with others outside of our team, which is proving to be a really interesting journey because our aerial perspective is then giving a little bit of inspiration to others, and then that inspiration comes back to us. So we're really enjoying that whole collaborative process. And thank you so much for pinning Sweet Disposition up there. That's excellent. And hello to Parin, who's the only other person that I know in this group. We were privileged to meet at NFT Sharjah in the UAE last year. And she's an extraordinary artist, and I'm really, really enjoying being on this journey with you, Parin. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for joining us, and thanks also for your dedication of joining us at this weird hour of the day for you. Don't forget to drop your socials in the chat, and I think we have Rini Fish again, possibly on the microphone again.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, perfect.
Great. Hello, my name is Rainy Fish. You can also just call me Rainy. I'm from China and based in Hangzhou, China. I like very delicate looking small objects, creatures, and I create bugs basically. And I started to sell NFT from 2020, and then I get more chances to work with some musicians and fashion brands. Also, we transfer magazine because of NFT. This month, I will quit my job as a designer, trying to be a full-time artist. And yeah, I'm very excited for upcoming classes and the future. Thank you.
That's amazing. Congratulations on quitting the day job. This is the dream for all of us, and I'm so happy that the crypto art world, the blockchain art world, has allowed us, many of us, to go ahead and do that bravely, to venture into the world like this. I wonder if Ponyo.
Yeah, thank you.
I wonder if Ponyo was able to start her microphone.
Yes, I am.
Fantastic.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, well, okay. I am Vicky from Rosario, Argentina. You can also call me Ponyo if you want. My background is in graphic design and interior design. A few years ago, I moved to Venice and in Italy, and I studied set design, and then moved back to Argentina. I currently work as an art director in an architecture studio here in Rosario. We are specialized in interior design for corporate offices. Creative practice, I like to use different techniques such as 3D modeling, VR, and digital collage to create a multiform universe. I mainly create still lifes, images, and also digital landscapes. I've been in NFT since 2021, and I'm really happy to be part of this residency, and very nice to meet you all.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us. Drop your socials in the chat. And I'm now going to call up Saiko.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. Good night, everyone from Tokyo. Here is 1 a.m., so I hope I sound okay. And I'm an artist and VJ, and I have been working for VJ, especially before pandemic. And since pandemic, I lost all my jobs, and I got plenty of time, so I started making art. And 2021, I knew about NFTs through Instagram. Then after a while, I was invited to a foundation by my friends. And in my recent works, I'm exploring to combine AI and generative art, especially using Midjourney and Touch Designer. So I love to combine and get inspired by the history of art. So I hope to get more inspiration from the course, and I'm really looking forward to learn everything from vertical crypto art. And also, personally, I know Rainifish for a while, so I'm very happy to be here with her. Thank you so much.
Fabulous. It's really nice that you guys know each other as well. I see that there are a few people among you that are friends and know each other from before the residency, which is so lovely. It just shows us that this world, this sphere is as various as it is. People tend to gravitate towards each other. So I'm really happy to have you. Next we have Valeriana.
Hello, guys. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Well, I'm Valeria Terán. I'm from Venezuela, and I come from traditional art world with a traditional background in visual arts since around 5 years or so. I've been working on abstraction in that time, and I love all that complex and enigmatic dimension of being, the psychological processes, the intuition, and that sensible aspect of being, and creative process is and painting is.
Boy, are you there?
Oh yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me? I'm not sure if you are hearing me, guys.
Yes, we can hear you, Nicole. Just so you know, you're unmuted.
No, I know. I was just wondering if we went through everybody and if the people who didn't speak before had a chance to introduce themselves.
We still have two more people, and the people who didn't speak were able to speak.
Cool. No, because I couldn't hear anything anymore, so I didn't know if anybody was speaking.
Oh, yeah, I was speaking, but I'm not sure
Okay,
if you're hearing.
I can't hear Valeriana. That's why. Sorry.
Oh.
Okay, now I can. Sorry, apologies.
Yes?
Now I can hear
Can you hear me now?
So I went silent and I was like, what's happening? Okay, I can hear you. Sorry, Valeriana.
Okay, okay. I was telling that, creative process is the way I explore that sort of mysteries inside human beings, and I'm trying to give a form to all those feelings, and a visual form to all those feelings and emotions. I've been in NFT space since 1 year and a half, maybe. And I'm so excited and thankful to meet you all, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Um, Rini, can you hear us now? Thank you, Valeriana. And we have one more person who is actually a group. We have X Cross Lucid. Welcome.
Hey there.
Hello.
Yeah, the X is a little bit like a cross that pushes us to the back of the line, which is perfect because we already heard all of your amazing and so different and multidimensional practices. And we're pretty happy that we also just had like a massive layover and flight cancellations and everything, so we can actually be here because otherwise we would be up in the sky, air. And we are a collaborative art practice, Cross Lucid, and we utilize and develop together with emergent technology that we see as a outside of a commercialized intelligence as a very potent tool to look beyond the boundaries or the sort of conceptual frames that we have been brought up with, we have been indoctrinated in, and sort of like seeing how this complexity of most of everything, every process around us unfolds, and how technology can actually like help to visualize or make that experienceable to a better degree than without. And we sort of like create formats, experiential, sort of like films, moving image, different sort of projects that are looking at changing those sort of like preconceived ideas around sexuality, around reimagination, our alliances with technology, how the self or the sort of constitution of self changes, and how a sort of idea of networked self is a potent tool to think with.
Our background is in architecture, applied linguistics, photography, and film. And we started to utilize AI systems and machine learning in 2019, where we really focus on swarm networks that are trained on our own work, because we feel that in that way we can really focus on uniqueness of the language we speak together with the new technology. And if you would like to explore more of our work, we just had a show with Annika Meyer with Expanded Art that was focusing on empathic AI that's connected to a project we are currently working on, a tool called Osmotic AI, in which we're utilizing the machine learning, Asian symbolism, and poetry and hypnosis for communal healing. Currently we also have a show in Rotterdam, in Garage Rotterdam, and you can also experience our newest project, Dwellers Between the Waters, that's concentrating on healing with those emergent technologies and giving us new perspectives on them not being just a mirror but also a window, called Dwellers Between the Waters, and we are exhibiting currently with Approx Gallery online. And we are super excited to be part of this community, learn from you, learn from the mentors, and
exchange knowledge really of how to make this excitement and interest in actually exploring the manifold potentialities, apart from, of course, the multitude of scams and various financializations ongoing, and how to actually, like, through communality, try to create a path through that and actually utilize the technology to its promises that go beyond marketing.
So thank you for having us here.
Yeah, super excited.
Okay, that's fantastic. Well, with that said, I think everyone had a chance to speak, if I'm not mistaken. And next, we're going to proceed to asking you if you guys have some kind of questions, any kind of questions at this time for us.
Yeah, so obviously, like, super great to meet you all. I can't wait to get to know you all better across the next 12 weeks. I would love to open it up to any questions. I know there's actually a few people who couldn't talk earlier. So, Aether NFT, can we try and see if your mic is working now? No, I can see that you're unmuted, but still not. We can't hear you, or at least I can't.
Me neither.
Do you want to maybe just type like an introduction as well, and so that I can read it out, and then we can definitely fix your mic. Hopefully, maybe Boria, you can troubleshoot. I know you're very good at that. And yeah. And was there anybody else who actually didn't have a chance to speak before? Our nature, the nature of Web3, so like not to have like everything concentrated and centralized in one space, but even the fact that you have to go like different. Yeah, I know. Cross Lucid, I know you can't hear them because they don't have they have problem with the mic, unfortunately. About this event. So just to read out the intro, multimedia artist and poet interested in language, archetypes and symbols, and also work with energy and sound. And where are you from? Where are you connecting from? Awesome, from San Francisco. Amazing. Well, thank you so much for this. I'm so sorry that we can't hear your voice. And hope we can get this sorted. So yeah, I know we're a bit over time, but I do want to take a little bit of an opportunity to see if you guys have any questions and or anything that you want to share. And please, another reminder about two things. So one is that we have a Twitter space this afternoon in an hour and a half, actually, which I hope you can all join. It would be wonderful to have you guys there and to also like chat and introduce yourselves and like just hang for an hour or so together. And then the second one is to please write down your requests or desires, let's say, more for AMAs. So ask me anything that people and guests that you would like to hear from in the next 12 weeks. If you can write them down here in this chat, or here would be great, actually. And if anybody has any questions, please just ping them in a chat or just unmute and ask.
Hello. Maybe I want to ask more about the mentor system. How usually, like cohorts, select the mentors?
So the mentors are selected by you guys. So you have a mentor sheet booking form, and basically in this mentor sheet booking form, you also have the name of the mentor, their Twitter profiles, and what they are kind of like their, let's say, like expertise. So accordingly to what you're looking for or what you're most interested in, you can decide and select who you want to speak to.
And
Okay, thank you so much.
To add to that, you will see that there is a booking method for all the mentors, and some people prefer to be emailed, others to be DM'd on Twitter, others to be DM'd on Discord. So just check out who prefers what and contact them accordingly.
Thank you so much.
I would suggest that we should keep the conversation about whom you would guys want to have us invite for the AMAs open, and maybe share those suggestions in the general chat of your cohort, the sixth cohort chat, and we would love to see whom we can get for you, and whom we can invite to share their expertise.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do that. If you can drop the names in the sixth cohort Discord chat, so that we can take a note of all of them, and then we can make sure to do our best to invite as many, as we can. I will be checking both chats anyways, so don't worry. We'll take a note of all of these. But yeah, if we don't have any immediate questions, we hope to see you at the Twitter space in just a little bit over an hour and a half. And if not, we'll see you tomorrow in the class with Art Gnome, which is a not to miss class. So make sure you're there.
Just so you know, guys, I will be posting a link to the Twitter space so you can set reminders and so you can have a very quick and easy access to the Twitter spaces. We would love to have you there, as Miko said. And if you should have any further questions, if something comes up after we finish with this class, as I am repeating as a broken record, but just email me or DM me and I will help out as best I can. Okay, Miko, would you say that we're at the end of our intro and welcome class?
Awesome. I think thank you everybody. Lovely to meet you all, and see you either later at the Twitter Spaces or tomorrow.
Thanks, everyone.